Politics don't ruin your mental health. It's the clarity that comes hand in hand with keeping up with the destruction of our world. You see, I hear many people, even including my friends, say that keeping up with politics ruins their mental health. Well, in some ways, I cannot claim that I surely know what is happening in your brain, but one thing I do know is that numbing the politics out won't help you in the long term either. If this sounds harsh, I'm sorry, but if there was nothing we could do to help this world and keeping up with the news of it would make you feel unstable, you were never stable to begin with. They say ignorance is bliss, and I truly do agree, but not in the way you wish me to. Ignoring the pains of our interconnected world just numbs the parts of us, proving our humanity, the rage, the distress, all that comes hand in hand with its survival versus death. All stuff caused by politics is in fact just natural for human instincts when the world we live in and the systems we roam in aren't meant for our well-being and just our pure existence in general. I understand why people may numb it out, and sometimes it's even necessary when the system is chasing you to death, but if everybody were to, we wouldn't have a hope for a future and its betterment. The people ignoring it just enable the system to drive forward. And that's why it kind of pisses me off how many people numb out such a vital part of our relational life with the world around us. When you say, well, I don't know, this won't make my life any better and it's just me trying to survive, I understand you. But I do fundamentally disagree on your ideological ground. Well, maybe it's because I inherently believe we're an interconnected web of individual ecosystems, compromising the whole of humanity. And then, if something is fucked up with one ecosystem, it will inevitably cause the destruction for the rest of its members. Just depends on when, and their order. Since we all know how they first came for the communists and so forth when you did not speak up for them, but when it was your turn, there was nobody left to speak up for you. That's why I, even having a pretty harshly conditioned life myself, stand up for those in even lower conditions. Not because I don't want to end up like them in the egocentric sense of things, but because they're also alive, just like me. They deserve to thrive, just like me, and they also still fucking deserve to thrive, just like I do. In my personal conditions, I can still manage to thrive sometimes, but in others as lower positions, that is no longer fucking possible. And if we want to mention what an individualistically driven society does to a person some more, somehow, once I opened up my eyes to the interconnectedness and got more politically involved, the sense of us being a whole collective kind of even saved me. I immediately felt more alive, optimistic, driven, and motivated, even ambitious. Almost as if clarity and answers to the long-sought questions could lighten up a person. Almost as if community and not feeling alone in this hellscape could save you. But I don't know, maybe it's the tism in me that doesn't let me repress anything humane unless I want to ruin my emotional well-being. Maybe it's the tism's strong sense of justice, or the slightly black and white thinking it causes me to do. Or maybe it's the honesty I feel inclined to share with both myself and others. Or maybe let's stop pretending that numbing our normal human instincts will save us. Maybe it will make you feel more blissful for a moment, but it ultimately won't solve your shit or other shit in the long term. If the world were such a place and needed to touch, you wouldn't break in the slightest mention of our peaceful world starting to crumble down. Because in order to live life happily and not blissfully, in order to live life righteously, not numb the fuck out, we must stand for not only our problems, but others as too. Because in fact, every human's well-being is ultimately tied to the collective well-being. So stand the fuck up and stop fearing that opening your eyes will somehow break you. Because the only thing breaking you is the repression you yourself are creating.